Good evening, everyone. Start the session today. Geeta Negi, you can start your presentation.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Geeta Negi. I am from a full stack web developer group. Today, I am going to give my presentation on project timeline. First, we will start with the introduction, then Gantt chart, and finally conclusion. What is a project timeline? A project timeline, a project, a project timeline is a visual representation of chronological order of tasks and activities within a project. It outlines the start and end dates of each task and provides an overview of the project duration and milestones. A project timeline helps to plan, track, and communicate the progress of a project. Why we need a project timeline? First, it allows project manager and team to plan and execute projects efficiently. Second, it helps to understand the progress of a project and overall project. Fourth, facilitate effective communication with stakeholder, team members, and clients, ensuring everyone is on the same page and aware of project milestones and timelines. And lastly, it helps allocating resources effectively by providing a clear overview of task dependency and duration. Now, what is a Gantt chart? A Gantt chart is a visual representation of a project schedule that illustrates the start and end dates of a project task, their duration, and their dependencies between them. Now, project manager is responsible for a project timeline and dividing the task among the team members. Suppose as a web developer, I needed to create a website within a 2 month duration using this project timeline. Now let us look at the task. First, we will on a first week we will start. I will start with the introduction to React.js, in which I will learn about the various React component, JSX syntax, and state management. Then I will set up the development environment by installing Node.js, React.js, and other dependencies. Then on a second week, I will start the application using CSS and SAS. Then implementing user authentication using JSON tokens and passport to JS for login and registration form. Then on a third week, I will pull data from APIs. I will use Alpha Vantage API to pull the real-time stock market data application and displaying data on the front end using a React component. On a third, on a fourth week, I will add search functionality so that user can easily search for a particular topic. And testing and debugging, I will use a testing framework like Jest and Enzyme for this. On our second week, I will start with the implementing data visualization using a charting libraries like d3.js and chart.js, handling error and edge cases. In this, I will handle error like user wrong input and API error. Then on a second week, I will build the backend using Node.js and Express.js to connect with the server. Then creating APIs for user authentication, data manipulation, and data retrieval. On a third week, I will integrate news API. In this, I will use an API to pull the real-time news relevant to a specific topic about stock market. Then implementing real-time update. I will use a WebSocket for this so that data is always up to date. Then on a last week, I will use code techniques, React components like code splitting, lazy loading, and catching for optimizing performance. And finally, I will deploy my application in a hosting site using AWS or Heroku. Then conclusion. A project timeline is a valuable tool for planning, tracking, and communicating the progress of a project. It helps in managing time effectively, improving collaboration, identifying issues early, managing stakeholders, and increasing accountability within the project team. You can contact me on my email ID. Thank you. If you have any questions, please feel to ask. Sir,
Okay, so um, I felt like the presentation was rushed from the very start. You could have gone, you could have taken your time. At the same time, don't try to read the presentation from the slides itself. Okay. I know there's this content on the slide, but try to summarize those into key points and keep the content on, you can say on Notepad or on Word document where you can read. So, in the demonstration in the Gantt chart, you were reading from somewhere or you had something in your mind and there were key points on the left side.
yes, मतलब main point जो
Yes,
that
yes,
I can easily forget.
yes. At the same time, there are two things that you left out. First is a story, and next is a reference. These are small, small things that you can include because these include marks, and you'll lose marks if you don't include.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Everything else is fine. You can improve on these two, 3 points. I'll put them in your review, and you can look up what all needs to be improved. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Arpita, you can start your presentation.
Yes, sir. So, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
Good evening, sir. I'm Arpita Zope from the group's AWS DevOps, and my task name is Continuous Integration and Continuous Delivery. The project name is Project Build and Deploy the DevOps Pipelines. The table of content, we will see the introduction to CI/CD. We will look what is CI and CI pipelines, CD pipelines, Jenkins, DevOps, best practices, case study, and conclusion. In introduction, continuous integration is a software development practice that involves frequently merging the code changes from multiple developers into a shared repository. The goal is to ensure that the changes don't conflict with each other and software can be built and tested at any time. Continuous delivery builds on CI by automating the process of deploying the code changes to the production. The goal is to ensure that the software can be deployed to the production at any time with minimal human intervention. The benefits of CI/CD. By using CI/CD, we can give the faster feedback, improve the software quality, increase the efficiency, and we can deliver the software timely. And it enhances the greater collaboration among the team members. Con- Continuous integration. Why continuous integration is needed? In the past, developers on a team might work in the isolation for an extended period of time and only merge their changes to the master branch once their work was completed. This made merging code changes difficult and time consuming and also resulted in bugs accumulating for a long time without correction. These factors made it harder to deliver the updates to the customer quickly. How does continuous integration work? With the continuous integration, developers commit to a shared repository using the version control system such as Git. Prior to each commit, developers may choose to run the local unit test on their code as an extra verification layer before the integrate. A continuous integration service automatically build and run the unit test on the new code changes to immediately surface any error. If we want to summarize the continuous integration, in simpler word, continuous integration is continuous development happening in the code. Continuously, unit test cases will be written with the functionality of the code. CI pipelines, code commit. Developer commit their code changes to the shared repository. Build compiles the code and packages it into a deployable format. Test, check for the errors and ensure that code changes don't conflict with each other. Integrate, the code changes are integrated into a shared code base. Benefits of continuous integration. Continuous integration improve the developer productivity. Continuous integration helps your team to be more productive by freeing the developers from manual tasks and encouraging behavior that helps reduce the number of errors and bug release to the customer. Find and address bugs quicker. With more frequent testing, your team can discover and address the bugs earlier before they grow into a larger problem and problems later. Deliver the updates faster. Continuous integration helps your team to deliver the updates to the customer faster and more frequently. Continuous delivery is an application development practice that involves automatically preparing the code changes for release to a production environment. Combined with the continuous integration, continuous delivery is a key aspect of the modern software development. In simpler words, continuous delivery is the deployment of the code to the QA people from the DevOps team. CD pipelines, packaging, code changes that pass CI pipeline are packaged into a deployable format. Deployment, deploy the code changes to the production environment. Monitoring, monitored for the issue and performance metrics are tracked. DevOps, continuous integration and continuous delivery are a key component of the DevOps approach to the software development, which emphasize the collaboration, communication, and automation across the entire software development life cycle. DevOps seeks to break down between the development and operation and other teams and to create a culture of the shared responsibility for the software delivery operation. Best, best practices of the DevOps. Version control. Version control is an important because it allows easy collaboration and tracking of the changes to the code over time. Automating the build and test processes. Automated build and test processes are important because they reduce the risk of human error and enable faster feedback on the code changes. Writing the test is important because it helps to ensure that code changes are of high quality and don't introduce new issues and conflicts. Monitoring the production environment. Monitoring the production environment is an important because it allows for the early detection of issues and can help to improve the performance and user experience. A case study. Netflix is a real world example of an organization that has implemented CI/CD successfully. Netflix approach to CI/CD involves frequent code deployments, automated testing, and culture of collaboration and experimentation. Conclusion, implementing CI/CD can provide numerous benefits such as faster delivery of the new features, improved reliability and performance, and increased team productivity and satisfaction. Best practices for implementing CI/CD include using version control, automating the build and test processes, writing the test, and monitoring the production environment. By considering implementing CI/CD in their own organization, audience member can help to improve their software development processes and deliver the greater value to the end users. These are the references and for implementation, CI/CD is the practice of the DevOps, we use the Jenkins tools for that purpose. So in this task, I have created one Jenkins pipeline. So we need to follow some steps to create the Jenkins pipeline. In the first step, we need to create a job in the Jenkins. After creating a job, we need to create the another job. Like two jobs are needed. And after creating the job, we need to install plugin for the pipeline. The is plugin name is build pipeline. After installing the plugin, we need to configure the job. We have to open the first job and configure the project one. In the post-build action, select the project one and test deploy. After that, we need to select the option build pipeline and we need to run that pipeline. These are the simpler steps to create the Jenkins pipeline. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, Arpita. I like the PPT. You have put a lot of effort into making that it shows. At the same time, there are only one or two mistakes that needs to be verified, and then your presentations will be flawless. Okay. So firstly, you have key points. Under those, there are explanations for those key points. Get those explanations out. Keep those key points because you have identified the key points. That is very good from your side. But once you start to give explanations below those key points, the content doesn't look good. See, it. I want you to keep those explanations on other tabs, anywhere on the notepad or Word document. You read it out from your own mind, whichever is more convenient for you. Okay. So just one this thing needs to be improved. Secondly, you have shown me the demo. So the demo was for creating two jobs, whatever you said. So it was for continuous integration development. So you cannot do that because it is for big projects and all those things. I understand. So you have given me the screenshot. That is all good. I don't think there are any more errors. I'll review your presentation again. If there are any errors, I'll put it in the review section of your scoring. Okay. Overall, the presentation was well made and I liked it a lot. You explained everything well. It's just that there was too much content on the slide, so it looked a little busy. That was the only problem that I had. Other than that, you explained it well. That was fine. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we'll go in the order of the raised hands. Mayank, you can start your presentation. Mayank Verma, you can start now. Okay, Mahendra, you can start your presentation. I think Mayank is having problems.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. My presentation is on security fundamentals. Microsoft Office. Actually, it's developed by Microsoft. Sequence will be I will be explaining about security layers, operating system security, network security, and security softwares which we can use to protect ourselves from other harmful attacks. First of all, my name is Mahendra Jangid. I'm from Cyber Security Group. Good evening, everybody. When we go to buy a locker in bank, we think what the bank will do to give us the best security they can provide us. Like what happen if somebody robs it? What if somebody tries to rob it? So they have a type of security layer. Like if you enter in the bank, first they will check for you can say metal detecting machines. The security guard will check whether in your bag whether you have a weapon or not. Just like that, a firm or a company have this type of security layers. Then when we enter, the manager will ask us what do we need, what type of locker we need. Then the manager will show us the different type of lockers, like for gold, for important things, or for bigger things to protect them. So there are many types of locker. Then is a locker. There is a locker room which is protected by a heavy door and a concrete walls. Inside that they have metal doors. So it's like there is a layer behind layer security. So this is what a security means. Like if your laptop have antivirus, but your laptop also have firewalls, the network is protected. So it's called multi-layered. So that is what layered security means. Here, administrative control security that can only be controlled by higher authorities. Then technical controls like networking engineers, IT support guys, they can only control it. Physical is mostly controlled by security guards, or physically mostly means a person can harm the company by that, and they are only protected by physical customers like heavy doors, security guards, and other things like metal detectors also. Type of layers for protection, there are many type of different layers. Firewall is used for network security, mostly to protect your network from hackers and other attackers, like those attacks and hackers attacks. Patch management, no, the IT team will fix the outdated softwares. Patching the unclosed ports, they will close the ports that are necessary, that are not necessarily used in use. And then multi-factor authentication, just like every Google account have now, they have a multi-factor. First they need a password, then they need a code, OTP, which is only required for one-time use. Then web content filtering, web content filtering most like ad blocker, web filters, and this protects HTML websites. This protects from, if we try to go to a website which doesn't have HTTPS protocol, then the web filter source is, it's a harmful website, it may cause damage to you. Then email filtering, like sometimes we get bank messages which are harmful to our computer because they contain some type of file, so they go to spam filter. Physical security, as I already told you, physical security means the person who's guarding them. Security guards, walls, doors, bulletproof glasses, safety doors, and other things. Operating system security, OS security means the OS should be protected from everybody. Like when we use phone, we can use apps, but we can't edit apps because the developer don't want us to play with the codes. So if we play with the codes, we can mess that. So that's why they what do they pack them in a package, so normal people can't access it. But if you want to access, you need a particular software and debuggers to enter that or to play with that security patches. And even they update OS systems every time. Type of breaches in OS securities. Breach of integrity means modifying data, just as we did in cracking software. It was my first project, which was cracking software and how software is run in CPU. So we show in that software, we showed how we can breach the integrity of an operating system. Theft of services. It involves unauthorized use of resources, just like we used in breach of integrity. We use the software debugger. Theft is also threat can also be used for that software. That software can also be used for theft or services, just like giving unauthorized access to a password protected app and other things. Confidentially means leaking of data. Data shouldn't be leaked to anybody. It should be protected at any cost. That was the company's main feature. Availability. Availability means sometimes when we go to a website, it says error 404. It means it's down from their end, not from our side. So the operating system should be always up because it controls the whole phone or laptop. That's why. Denial of service. It shouldn't say sometimes when our phones run errors, like it will show black screen. Our laptops goes to blue screen, which shows the error code. So it shouldn't be show that. So denial of service is caused by some accidental use of softwares, or when we try to do something, when we try to run sub bugs or something. The goal of security systems. The main goal of security integrity. Nobody, actually everybody shouldn't have the access. If I am a paid user, just like some websites use paid users, you can say premium, like YouTube Premium. When I use YouTube Premium, I will not get any ads. But if another person without YouTube Premium uses that YouTube same app, it gets ads and other things. Like some ads are not skippable. You can't skip that apps. So integrity means every level has a different user access. Secrecy. Secrecy means security of our app. Just like my Gmail account, nobody other can access without OTP and password of that account. And that should be maintained. Availability. Availability means it should be up 24 hours for users or customers. So they can access it anytime, anywhere, without any difficulty. Then type of threats to operating system. Viruses. When somebody, virus is also said as payloads. When somebody want to try access without knowing us, so they plant a virus or Trojan. Virus, Trojans are same. Logic bomb. Logic bomb software criteria and met. Logic bombs actually are called payloads. Payloads are created specifically to gain access of a system. Trapdoors. Trapdoors are mostly we can say open ports. Like we have around how 0 to 65, 335 total ports. So any port, if any of port is open, a hacker can enter to our system through that open port. So we should always take care of our ports, and we should always look for ports so that we can close it. Even routers have access. Routers have access to us so that we can close the ports. What is network security? Network security means mostly online security and security of your internet connection. Mostly network security deals with harmful email attacks, Trojan viruses, online attacks that can be done online or through a machine or through a bugs. Network security includes two, online and offline. Online means we have to protect ourselves from hackers, keep our software up to date so we don't find any bugs or backdoors. so that a hacker can enter. That's are the precautions. And for offline, we have to always look for nobody uses our system. Like payloads can be loaded in a USB drive, then it can be inserted. When the payloads run, then it can harm the system. Even through Ethernet ports RJ45, so anybody can harm our system. So for that, we have to protect our network devices and network from everybody. That's what network security means. Security software. We like a Microsoft Defender. Microsoft Defender, every now before the 2 years, everybody have to buy their own antivirus. If it expires, then you are exposed to harmful threats. But nowadays, it's not like that. Microsoft gives you a Microsoft Defender, and iOS is still the Mac OS is still the safest, you can say, bug-free OS. So to protect from every, we use threat, we use different type of security software, antiviruses and everything. Just like that. These are the best security softwares preventions we can use. Computer antivirus, just like Microsoft Defender, AVG, McAfee, then Kaspersky, and the most is NPAV, the oldest one, and it was, I think it existed from 2000 to 2000 years. Yeah, it actually around 23 years it's been NPAV, India's best, and now is the Bitdefender. If you want to use any computer antivirus, go for Bitdefender or Kaspersky. These are the best antiviruses available in the market. Anti-spyware software, we have to always check if anybody has planted a bug in our system. So for that, we have to look for users. How many users are there in a computer, on a machine? Like this laptop, I'm the only one user. Even if my brother uses, he uses from my ID. So I'm the only user. I check from time to time if anybody else has any access or not. Or anyone through Wireshark, I try to get information that my data is not transferred to any other data system. Firewalls are inbuilt in every laptop, every website, and every antivirus. Password managers. What a password manager do, it encrypts your password into 256 or whatever security it is using, AES. So nobody can crack it, or even if somebody tries to crack it, it will take a lot of time. According, as much as I heard, AES 256 encryption takes around 8 days to encrypt the data, decrypt it. Sorry, it was already encrypted by password. If you want to decrypt it, it takes around 8 days. AES 256 bit encryption takes to take 8 days to decrypt. Then use encryption software to use. Mostly every hardware is now encrypted. When you swap something from your computer, like RAM or SSD or hard disk is not necessary, but if you try to change CPU or sometimes GPU or network card, it tells you to log into your account and show the AES key, security key. It's around 16 digit. When you enter that only you get access, but it's only happens one time, because you have it will be forever your part of the machine after one change. Log management. What does it, like it's like a data entry. How computer is like a building. How many person got in, how many person got it. That's what a log management software does. It's like my Gmail is every time login. So I will tell my log management software to let it be. So it will not ask me to log out. But if I don't want a Gmail that should be always login on this, so what I will do, log out it after shutdown. So whenever I shut down my PC, it will log out that account from here. Monitoring tools, just like I told you, monitoring tools help you to look for where your data goes. You can use Wireshark, ARP, and other commands to see if your data is transferred or not. That's all from my side, sir. If anybody have any questions, you can ask. Thank you.
Okay, Mahendra. So I remember the last time you presented, it was a nice presentation and you have continued with the same trend. I like that. See, you have knowledge. I understood that from your last presentation as well and from now. But what you did is, you did highlight the key points. You did include a story that was told to you, and you did include all those. So you'll get the scores, you'll get good scores, don't worry about it. But just know what I've noticed is that there's still a lot of content on the slides. The PPT is well made and everything is done fine, but there's still a lot of content. So there are key points and there are explanations to these key points, correct? So I want you to remove those explanations and keep those key points because you have the knowledge. Because without even looking, without even reading, you're telling me what all those key points are, correct? So you have the knowledge. Okay, so you don't have to put the information there. Just take that information out. It will look more cleaner and it will show that you have the knowledge and you are not reading from anywhere. Okay. Thirdly, what I wanted to ask you a question. Do you know how firewalls work? How do they protect us from all the Trojan and malware?
No, sir. Actually, I was studying that only. I'm on that. You can say on that mount only. I'm trying to study that. I haven't completed that book. Actually, I'm reading this Microsoft 36 to 987 book right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that is fine. Mahendra,
Actually,
I
my
like
due
your
date was
presentation.
12 May.
Okay.
When I tried to get new task, it wasn't responding for at least 4 days. And yesterday I got my new task, and yesterday I got this schedule for today's presentation.
Sometimes the system is down, okay? So you
Yeah,
might
I
get
know
the
that. But
wrong task
last time I
sometimes.
got message that system is down. This time
Yes.
I hadn't got any message that system is down.
Okay, okay. So sometimes we also don't get to know that the system is down. Okay, so that might happen that the message cannot be circulated sometimes. So if you're not getting the task, if you're not getting the assigned new task, or if you're getting a wrong task, you can just message me. Uh, you can put on Trello Akash as Lamba @Akash as Lamba, and I'll reply you there. So you don't have to worry about it.
Sure. Thank you.
As for the presentation, it was really good, man. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing and close your mic and audio as well.
Sure.
Give me 1 minute, guys. I'll be back, okay? Just stay here. So, Shlok, you can start your presentation.
Yes, sir. Is my screen visible?
Right now, your video is visible, not the screen.
Oh. Now?
Yeah, now it is visible. You can start now.
Okay. So, hello, sir. Welcome to the presentation. My name is Shlok Verma, and I am from Web Developer Group, and I am pursuing my BTech from IIIT Jabalpur. And today I am presenting the Doctor Search website presentation. So let's start. So in this presentation, we will see the use of Doctor Search website, how to use it, how does it work, what are the benefits of it. So firstly, you'll see what is the Doctor Search website. So suppose when you are looking for a doctor, it can be difficult to know where to start, and there are so many doctors and actuaries out there, and it can be hard to know which ones are reliable. That's why doctor search website come in. This website make it easy to find doctors in your area who specialize in your in care that you need. And in this presentation, we will discuss the different features of doctor search website and help of you choose to best one of your needs. So what is the benefits? So here are some benefits that I have mentioned. First one is convenience. So it can save a lot of time, effort by allowing you to search for doctors in area. And uh, second one is flexibility, and it is ensure that what is the doctor's timing, what in what time he can available for you. And then uh, third one is reliability. The what is the profession? Oh, shit. Actually, sir, there is power cut in my home.
Okay, man, it's fine. You can give the presentation tomorrow also. I'll be there
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Mihir, you can start your presentation now.
Hello.
Yes, you're
Good
audible.
evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Good evening.
I'm going to present my screen.
Yeah, at the same time, do turn your video on.
Yeah, okay, sir. Sir, am I visible?
Yeah, you're visible. You can start with your screen share.
Yeah. So now my presentation is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. You can start.
First of all, good evening, sir. My name is Mihir Dubey. I'm from Python Development. Currently, I'm pursuing TED upward. And today my topic is developing a stock screener application in Python. And this is my task 2. So I'm going to start. So, sir, I'm introducing about my agenda, which I will explaining you. So first, I will explain you about the introduction, then how to use a stock screener, then benefits of a stock screener, then limitations of using stock screener, then popular stock screeners, and implementation and conclusions. So first, I'm talking about what is stocks. So also known as share or equity. Represent ownership in a company. When you purchase a stock, you are essentially buying a small piece or a small part in company uh, or share of the company. So company issues stocks as a means of raising capital for various purpose and such as expanding their businesses, investing in project or paying all the debts. Now I'm explaining you about stock screening. So stock screening is a process of filtering stocks based on specific criteria. The purpose of using stock screener is to identify potential investment that meet the desired requirement. So basically, stock screener is a filter or purifying our ideas, our basic needs uh, at the time of choose stocks, the market. And there are various parameters that can be used for screening, including market capitalization, price to earning ratio, dividend yield, and many more. Stock screener can be an essential tool for investor who want to save time and effort in identifying profitable investment. This tool will give you a best options for according to your need, and it will save your time. This is the very big fact that task. So, how to use a stock screener? So, to use a stock screener effectively, investor must first determine their invest goals and risk tolerance. First, you need to find your need, what you want from market, what you need from certified companies and their shareholders. So they should select the parameters they want to use for screening, such as market capitalization or price to earning ratio. Once the criteria are set, the stock screener will generate a list of stocks that meet the selected parameters. Investor can then analyze the data further and make informed decisions about which stocks to invest in. Then benefits of using a stock screener. So benefits of stock screeners can help investor save time and reduce the risks of making poor investment. It will identify your uh, perspectives, your priorities, and it will save your harmful steps for your decisions. And by filtering out stocks that do not meet their criteria, investor can focus on the stock that are most likely to meet their investment goals. We can set some criterias, and in addition, stock screener tools can help investor discover new investment opportunities that they may not have considered. They can also help investors stay on top of market trends and changes, allowing them to adjust their investment strategies according to their need, according to their company's needs, business, and their debts also. Limitations of using a stock screener. So investors should be aware of limitations of these tools and use them in conjunction with their own research and analysis. For example, some stocks may meet all of an investor's screening criteria but still fail to perform well due to external factors such as economic conditions or industry trend. Additionally, some screener tools may not take into account qualitative factors such as management, quality, or company culture. So there are some advantages and disadvantages of stock screener. So I'm going to introduce about what advantages of stock screener. So it will help you in time savings. You can decide everything that a screener will present you. That screener will present you according to their need. It will decrease your consuming of time and focus and efficiency. These screen only show your important deals or important stocks, and you can focus on it. Uh, you can save your focus from different things and uncovering opportunities, decision making. You can take decision fastly, and you can take your decision fastly also. So the disadvantages are over reliance on data, limited view of market, because we set it some criteria, we set it some websites like Yahoo.finance, Google.finance. So the data always search from these 3 to 2 websites. So there are some limitations also. So potentially bias, uh, cost, lack of flexibility. Uh, So there are some popular stock screeners in market, like Yahoo Finance, Zacks Investment Research, Finviz, and each screener has its own unique features and parameter. So it's important for investor to choose one the best suitable for their needs according to their company priorities of stakeholders. For example, Fins offers a wide range of filters and allows users to create custom screens. So I decode the implement. I decode the code, and there are some implementations. And after decode the output, there are search bar comes, and we can search like uh, uh, suppose I want to filter data from the website like Amazon, Google. and Yahoo. We can search and filter the data. So I will explain you the implementation process. Uh, First, we gather data, choose the data source like Google Finance, Yahoo Finance. Then we selected the data source. Then we go to design the user interface, process the data retrieval and the integration. Then implement the filter and criteria. We have to put our ideas. We have to set some limitations criteria, then test the application, apply the screens on code, then deploy the application, maintain the application, create a GUI. Then you can show at my screen. So conclusion of the stock screen is a valuable tool for investors looking to save time and make objective investment decisions. By using a stock screener, investor can quickly narrow down stocks they need to analyze and discover the investment opportunities. However, it is important to find the limitation of stock screens and use them as a starting point for further research and analysis. Ultimately, the key to successful investing is to have a solid investment strategy and to stay disciplined in executing that strategy. You need to learn about more things about stock market. Then you have to choose these apps and GUI for making or think more enhancement. And so these are some references I used to learn and used to prepare this PPT. So, so much, sir. Should explain doubts.
Okay, so you're done, Mihir. Okay, so firstly, there was no demonstration from your side. You just showed me a screenshot of your implementation. Do you have
Sir,
the
yes, sir.
demonstration with you? Can you show me
Uh,
how you screened all the stocks? So you
yes, sir.
have
Yes,
must
sir.
have.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is it visible?
Your PPT is visible, but not the other thing. Try to reshare the screen. This time the whole system screen.
So now it is visible.
Yes, no, that is it. Okay. You did not use Yahoo Finance as a
Sir,
library.
yes, sir. Uh,
Okay, you did use Yahoo Finance, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, see, Mihir, while presenting, uh, instead of giving me a screenshot, you could have given me a demonstration by showing me how you filtered all the stocks. So, stock screening shows us the priority list of what stocks are behaving better than others, correct?
Exactly, sir.
So, I'll ask you a question because there is a question and answer mandatory mark. So,
Yeah, exactly.
firstly, the question being, what if I want to know which stocks are performing better? For that, how do I set the priority? Yeah, this stock is performing better than the other stock. How do I set the comparison? A priority key should be given, right, for it to come up.
So,
Yes, then that
so
priority
actually,
key. Yes. If you don't know, it's fine, man. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so a priority key is given to a single function. So that function can be anything. It can be a comparison function for, so suppose there is an RS rating in stocks, which will compare the averages of the stocks. That is, if it is going up and down, it will compare the averages of all the stocks and then it will show the rating. Then that rating can be used as a primary key, and that primary key will set the values according to the averages. So that is how we prioritize all the stocks in the screening.
yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now that is fine. Mihir. Firstly, let's be done with the demonstration. It's fine. You can close it. For your presentation, your flow was fine. Okay. Your flow was very good. It is fine. You know how to speak. You know how to communicate. That is one of your strong points. But what your weak points are is you were reading from the slides itself. That shows that you haven't prepared for the presentations. See, reading itself is not a bad thing. Everyone cannot memorize everything. And who would memorize everything every day for the presentations? Okay, so I understand. What you can do is, instead of memorizing, try to all that information, try to summarize those into key points. Give one line, 2 line, 3 lines, like that in the presentation. Keep 1 2 key points in that, and then all the information that is relatable to those key points, keep that in a Word document or in some other text format, and you can read from there, because I should not be able to see what you are reading. Okay,
Sure.
your screen is only visible to you, so you can read from your screen and relate those things to the key points. This will show us that you have the confidence to lead out the firstly to take the key points out from the given information, put it on, and how to use those key points in explaining what your project is. Okay, this is one of the first feedbacks. And try to clean up your PPT. That is because there's too much content. It seems busy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
exactly.
Yeah, these are 2 3 minor things that needs to be taken care of. Other than that, everything was fine, man. Okay.
Yes, sir. Future, I will absolutely rectify my things and try to do my best on next time.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for giving that feedback. So, see,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you, man. Thank you.
Wonderful to present this presentation. So,
Okay, man. Good evening.